Is that blood on your shirt?
Yeah.
Are you bleeding?
No.
Huh. Oh, is that Greg Miles?
Yep, that's him.
Is that Greg Miles' blood on your shirt?
Yes, Keith, it's Greg Miles' blood on my shirt. Who
Okay.
else's blood would it be?
I don't know, okay? I'm just... Is he really dead?
Yeah, I think the bullet through the head was the COD.
Right. Call of Duty.
No, the cause of death.
What? Oh, COD, cause of death, right. Jesus, man. You think he saw it coming?
No, Keith, I don't think he saw it coming. I didn't plan this. It's not like this is what we're doing tonight.
Okay,
We're killing Greg Miles tonight.
Right. Wow.
Everything was going so great with the party, too. I mean, it's the first party at my house, you know? It's the first one, but the atmosphere was perfect. Everyone who was anyone was there. People were sitting down, which means that they weren't going to leave anytime soon, which is good. And, you know, people were playing beer pong and all those games that I hear about in homeroom, but I've never actually seen before. And it was so fun. And, you know, I sat down next to Dorothy and things were going great. And then I get called away, you know, for like just 2 minutes. And then Greg Miles comes in with his track star physique and that glistening sweat on his body and all those accomplishments. And... well, you know what happens next.
And see, now that's just the part I don't get. I mean, why would you invite your girlfriend's ex-boyfriend to the party?
It was all over Newsfeed on Facebook. You must have gotten wind of it.
Yeah. Well, you know, you could have said, oh, hey, Greg, you're really, really creepy. Don't come to my party. Stay at home tonight.
Well, I could do that, but he's giving away his Obi-Wan Kenobi Force Effects first edition lightsaber, so I just wanted to be on the short list.
Right, and not to mention he's also the captain of the track team. He's also, you know, volunteers as an elf every Christmas. He's the president of the Young Debaters Club. He's the president of the Young Democrats Club.
Yeah, well, I wear a Livestrong bracelet sometimes, so I'm not sweating it either. Anyway. So he starts talking about the past, you know, their past, and it's like, who wants to talk about the past? It's all internment camps and welfare checks. I don't understand why anyone would want to talk about it. But, you know, he's so charming, she can't hold out for long. And he starts saying all this really creepy stuff, like, you can ride my tailpipe anytime.
That's kind of messed up, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? And then he takes this caulking gun and is like, this thing is like our relationship. And he just squirts it. Just squirting it. So Dorothy comes out there and she's all complaining about Greg and how creepy he is. And I was just like, yeah, he is creepy, but, you know, this is for the lightsaber, okay? It can cut through blast doors. Like, just go back in there, do it for your man, you know, bat your eyelashes, get me that lightsaber. So I tell her to go back in and, you know, she does. She goes back in. So she goes back in there and he's just hitting her with all the big guns. You know, he's touching her leg. He's looking at her with those beautiful eyes. God, I hate those eyes. You know, and he's doing the yo-yo. Yeah, he's doing the yo-yo.
Oh,
I mean, he breaks that thing out all the time. It's ridiculous. He's doing push-ups and everything. You know, I'm just exercising all over the place in front of her, and you know, like I'm not even around. And I mean, he takes off his shirt. And
That body looks
like,
just like Edward Norton.
Well, whatever, man. I look like cool people too. You know, like Edward Norton's made crappy movies.
Right.
Like, you know. So finally she escapes, you know, from that cavern of lust and masculinity, and she goes upstairs to the attic where, like, okay, maybe I told her that we have a gun in the house, and one day we thought it would be funny after school to just, you know, play with it, 'cause it's a gun. Like, what else do you do with a gun? And, you know, it's like that commercial with the kids, and they shoot each other because they're high, but we didn't shoot each other, we just had fun. And then, but, you know, so anyway, she comes down to the living room, and she tells Greg, you know, hey, we should go out onto the back porch, and she leads him out. And by the way, everyone was totally cool with the gun. Like, I was really happy about that. Like, I thought everyone was going to freak out, and it was going to be, like, the only thing that everyone talked about from the party. It's like, oh, there was a gun, but she leads him down to the back porch, and, you know, I'm fearing the worst, and I don't know what those two are going to do with their history, but she just does him right on the back porch.
She screwed Greg Miles on the back porch?
She would never do that. She shot him.
Well, I guess that kind of explains the whole gun thing. Yeah. So how does your dad own a silenced pistol? Is he like an ex-Navy SEAL or like a terrorist?
I don't know. He does work on the side, okay? Or we had a family party. Maybe someone left it. It doesn't matter. Look, Dorothy left us with this body. We just have to figure out what to do.
Yeah, so you called me over here, and to a party I wasn't really invited to, that I didn't go to, and now I'm kind of stuck here with this body. I have work in like 4 hours.
Oh, yeah, you're half right there, because you were invited to the party, but you didn't come because you decided that it was more important to go and be an elf and live-action roleplay in the woods all night.
All right.
Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. I have to be working 4 hours. We got this dead body. What do you want to do with it? What do you? We should just call the cops. Let's just call the cops.
Call the cops? And what, go to jail?
Well, no, we'll call it corrupt cops.
Corrupt cops, Keith. There are no corrupt cops in this town. I would know if there were. There are none.
Okay. Well, how would you know if they're corrupt?
Because I understand how the underworld works in ways that you don't.
Fine. Well, then let's just find a grave and we'll just toss him in there. Like an
Find
empty
a
one.
grave.
Yeah.
Find an empty grave.
Find an empty grave.
What are the odds of that?
No, man. We have like 1 out of 30 chances of finding an empty grave.
Oh yeah? 1 out of 30?
Yeah.
No. You're just pulling it out of your ass. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, fine. What, you'd rather be 1 out of 15, 1 out of 10? Then we can do
I'd
it?
prefer that.
Okay. Well, then what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Let's bury it.
You want to bury it?
Yeah, we could bury it.
We could bury it.
I mean, if you want to bury it, we can bury it. We can just bury it.
We just bury it. We can bury
I mean,
it.
if you want to bury it, don't care if we bury it, but I think we should bury it probably.
Right, no, I will bury it
I'll bury it.
in your backyard.
Bury it together. I'll bury it with you. Will you bury it with me?
I'll bury it with you.
Bury it with you.
I'll shovel it.
I'll bury whatever. I'll bury this
Yeah.
and anything else that needs to be
You know,
buried. But
A fucking rhinoceros, I'll bury that.
I'll bury it. I'll unbury it and then I'll bury it again once I'm done with it.
All right.
We can bury it.
Let's bury it. Done. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Done now. Almost. Yeah. Now we're done.
What is that?
It's a tree plant, Dan. I planted the tree plant so no one's gonna know that Greg's under there. I mean, there's tons of trees back here, and I've never dug them up to find a body under there. So no one's gonna dig under this one. And Greg will decay. And his soul will get sucked up in the roots, and then every fall he'll die, and every spring he'll be reborn.
Wait, what is this like a fairy tale? Like a fantasy land? Like
No, this is real life.
when do the pixies and genies come in?
Dad, are you out here? What's going on? What's going on inside? Huh? Jeez. What?
I don't know.
Dan, I can't believe you. We go out of town for 2 days. Just 2 days. Now the whole town's gonna know. The cops are gonna come. School's gonna have to know. What were you thinking? You know, Dad's inside. We're gonna have to have a talk. I can't believe you had a party. You know no parties allowed.
Think she knows?
Nope. Told you that plan would work.
She have work now.
Fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling.